This is week 17 of Sloth game development. I spent the majority of this week working on two new levels, 11, 12, and 13. 12 and 13 are actually the last two levels until the boss level, which is level 14. I also added a koala animation that is now correct for after you rescue the koala in level 10, or 9 I should say. And I also just did some polishing on some scripts, which is kind of just behind the scenes to organize them and make them run a little bit more efficiently. I'm going to play level 11, which I showed last week, but I updated a few things, and that'll segue nicely into 12 and 13, which are the new levels this week. So that's the new koala. It doesn't really, just for like the sake of expediency, it just works. It's the same animation for every sloth state, and it doesn't really do anything other than just like idle gyrate animation. That's at least all I'm going to do for now. I think it's way more important, and I think at this point, just because of just like the burnout factor, I would really just rather focus on a few other things to polish, like sloth animations, and then I think the koala will look a little bit less weird, but I think it's okay, honestly, for now. So there's just a lot of other things that I think will be more interesting. I also played the entire game, except for level 13, which I just finished, on mobile controls, and I've been updating and tweaking like values of enemies as I kind of like realize things like how annoying or how unfair something feels. Because of that, I actually did add a little bit of code to the game that basically prevents an enemy from hurting you within 0.1 seconds of dying. And that's just kind of actually super nice now, because it kind of gets rid of the like cheap shot effect where an enemy, you like hit an enemy and then it also hits you, which just feels really annoying. Previously, for example, when I just hit that snake, it would have almost definitely hurt me, but now it was like an intentional shot kill for me, which is kind of the point. I think you just want to like avoid things feeling like cheap shots. And this level has actually multiple paths. I'm just kind of doing one path, but you notice I turned around and kind of go down different ways. Each path has like unique enemy experiences, which I can either show. I'll show if I die, but it's kind of interesting, and it just lets you have a little bit more replayability on this level specifically. Or if you prefer to like fight snakes or jump past snakes versus bats or avoid ravens, it kind of lets you do that. I updated some of the art on the boulder as well, just to make it a little bit more cohesive with the tree and some other things. That's pretty much level 12. So level 13 is the one I just finished. We'll see how this one changes as I play it on mobile, but I kind of already got rid of some of the more annoying cheap shot feeling things, but we'll see. I also spent the week just like doing backlog on some of the things that I needed to fix. Like one of them was like joystick click noise. Like when you're on mobile, you want some sort of auditory feedback because there's no mechanical feedback to a joystick on a mobile phone. So one of the things I was able to finally like get around to was like fixing the joystick sounds. They actually work now. Previously they weren't working, and I think it had mostly to do with the joystick that I downloaded not having support for it, which is kind of interesting. And just like a few other minor problems. Like previously the animation for the sloth climbing down a tree was the same as climbing up. It wasn't like reversed or anything. And now I actually did reverse it so it looks more natural. And that's it. That's the end of level 13, and that's pretty much what I did this week. Next week, I think there's the last level, which is the mandrake boss, and I need to update the music. I found like somebody posted a thing about an AI music generating tool, so I might just like use that to generate some unique tracks for each level. And I need to figure out the advertisement and like settings, how to set that up. I think I've pretty much just like settled on putting the advertisement between the levels, the level loader, and just seeing how that works out for me. And I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some more polishing here and there, and but that's pretty much it for this week, and that's my plan for next week.